I'm not telling you to not care about what other people think of you, or do not care what other people are telling you, their opinions, their recommendations, of course. If it's up close to you and they matter to you and you care about them and they care about you as well and love you as well, of course it's important to considerate their opinions, their recommendations, their opinions, their thoughts. But at the end of the day, you are the one who needs to make the decisions that deep down you know it's good for you. Hello guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariam and I'm your friend. Welcome to Healthy Habits. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're gonna talk about how waiting of approval of anyone can have an impact on you, and also how to overcome that desire to get approved by others. So if this topic is interesting to you, stay tuned, please keep watching and let's dive in. So today we're going to talk about how the wanting to get the approval of others can have an impact on your life, and also how to overcome it. So let's dive in. I have my notes on my phone so I can guide you step by step. Per usual, I want to make it as simple as possible, as much as simple as possible. Not every time it's possible, but we'll see. So step-by-step approach. Let's go. Step 1. But before I start, why this topic is so important is because whether we realize or not, it stops us from waiting for approvals from others. It stops us from getting what we actually want. It's human, okay? It's a universal thing, like most topics that we talk about here. It's a universal thing to wanting to get approval or for waiting of an approval, especially from our closed ones or loved ones. But it doesn't mean that it needs to stop you from whatever you actually want yourself. And that's why I really wanted to talk about this topic. Anyway, let's dive in. Step 1. Notice when you're seeking approval. Become conscious of those moments you hesitate, waiting for someone to validate you. So, step 1, it's always to being conscious when you seek approval. Is it to make some decisions? Is it to take some actions? Which is decision again, but usually it comes from like our childhood. But I'm not a therapist, so I can't coach you on that. But usually it's deeper than that. It's more of, and also it depends from which person we're seeking the more validation or the approval. Is it from our family members or friends, significant other, you name it? So I think the first step is to analyze when you're seeking validation from others. Is it when you want to take that next step with your significant other, or building family, starting a new business, taking action, doesn't matter which kind. It depends. It depends on each person, but the first step is to actually realize why you're waiting for someone's approval. Step 2, ask yourself what you really want, regardless of anyone's opinion. What matters is what do you want. Yes, other people's opinion can help you to make your own decision. It can help you to view other perspective, to view other opinions. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself what you truly want. If you want to change your career path, but everyone around you doesn't understand you, doesn't get you, it's up to you to know yourself that no, it doesn't matter. If you know, of course, deep down it's good for you. But it's up to you to understand, no, this is something that I actually want, and regardless how other people think, I'll still do it. But for that, you need to know what you truly want yourself. If you don't know, it will be easier to get influenced by other people. It will be easier to listen to them on every single decision that you want to take. But when you know yourself that, no, this is something that I actually want to do myself, everything else changes. Now it's like, you know deep down, you know what do you want. So you don't get influenced that easily. Very, very crucial step, guys. This is the most important step. Step 3, challenge the thought. Meaning, do I need their approval or I am giving away my power? And also this depends on your personality trait. If you're someone type A, type B, you can search for yourself which kind are you. But if you're type A personality like I am, which means, you want to take control, not in a negative way, but like you're a perfectionist, you need to organize everything in your life, blah, blah, blah. It's harder for you to give up your power. But if we don't have the similar personality traits, which by the way, there is not right or wrong way to have, it's going to be much harder for you to be like, no, this is something that I want, so I'm not going to listen to you. You know what I mean? But this question is very powerful. Do I need their approval or am I giving away my power? Another question that I can tell you, another way to see this, step 3, is if you ask yourself, if no one needed to approve this, what would I do right now? This is a powerful question that even myself, I'm thinking a lot. But if no one needed to approve this, what would I do right now? Very, 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 very powerful. Why? It's because, again, it helps you to know yourself. It helps you to know your own decisions. What do you want in this life? And sometimes it stops us because if we don't think about those things, it will stop us. Anna, you want to start talking on your Instagram. And then you're thinking, oh, but this person that I didn't see for 10 years will see it. So it stops me of doing it. We've all been there, at least most of us. It's like, do you realize that if you actually have the courage enough to do it, your life can completely have go to different direction. So instead of thinking about their opinions, how would they think what they would think about me? Think about, what's the price I'm paying if I don't do this? What's the price I'm paying if I put a brake, on myself? What's the price that I'm paying if I don't make my own decisions? That's the most important questions. Those are actually very important questions to ask yourself for the step 3, because if not, again, you will don't know which direction you need to go. Step 4, act in alignment with your own values. Take a small action, even if it feels uncomfortable. Meaning, if you know what you want, you know your decisions, you want the path that you need to take, you need to still do it regardless, even if it feels uncomfortable. If you want to start, I'll give you an example. If you want to start a business and all people around you are telling you, every single person around you is telling you, I shouldn't do it. It's not a great idea. Why? Find strength in yourself, if you actually truly want to do it, to do it, even if it's small steps, even if it's still looking at a location, or if it's online, like still looking similar businesses, how they do it, having more information, so you can build with time confidence to actually be like, I don't care if every one of you, it's not, doesn't approve of this. I'm still gonna do it regardless. It will build you confidence to actually do it step by step. If you don't build confidence, how do you want to face those challenges? Especially if the disapproval is coming from your loved ones, close ones, significant other friends, it's hard to be like, you know what, I don't care about you nor your opinions. I'm gonna do it regardless. It's hard. And by the way, if they don't approve of your ideas or that idea specifically, doesn't mean that they don't love you or that they don't care about you. Most of the time, they care way too much. That's why they're thinking that it's too risky. Is it not stable? Whatever you want to do, it's going to be hard at first. So they're literally caring so much about you. Most people, not all. some will be jealous, and that's why they don't want you to succeed. But the ones that they love you and care about you, they are disapproving of your decisions, not because they don't care about you. It's that they care way too much to the point that they are projecting their fears on you. If themselves, they would never start a business. If themselves, they would never take risks. Guess what? They will think that you shouldn't do it either. People see your reality with their own eyes. So if for them it's impossible, if for them it's very hard, if for them it's no way that they can do it in their head, their limiting beliefs, they will transfer it to you. Doesn't mean that they don't love you, but it's up to you to decide. Okay, they're just telling me this because themselves they can't. They are telling me this because they care about me and my well-being. They telling me this because they are feeling preoccupied about me. So I understand that. By the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I feel it's the right decision to make. So that's what it counts. And step 5, it's celebrate doing it your way, not someone else's. You should always celebrate something that comes from within yourself, because it shows yourself that you've done it, and then you can do it regardless again in the future. If you don't celebrate, you'll say, and by celebrating, I don't mean go and party and drink and get drunk, Celebrating yourself, it's like literally giving a pat on your shoulder, literally, and be like, oh, I've done it, even though everyone else, they disapprove, or, and with time, your close ones and your loved ones will see that, oh, it wasn't that bad that I thought. I feel like in our head, we make things way worse than it can actually make. I can give you a simple example. Do you know when we need to do a task and we think in our head it will take hours to do, and when we actually do it, it takes 2 minutes to do? Let's say making your bed, simple as making your bed more in morning time, or preparing your clothes the day before your bag. Sometimes even myself, I'm like, oh my God, it will take me so much time. And then when I do it, it's 2 minutes. I'm like, 2 minutes, but it will save me so much time the next day, or it will build it, or it will make my day go right because I've done something, I worked on my discipline or whatever. And those things in our head, it's like, oh my God, it will take me so much time. But in the reality, it takes not as much of a time that we think. It's a basic example, but just telling you that even decisions, we think that, oh my God, this will have a huge impact on myself. If I make that decision, this will literally change my life and nobody will care about me and I'm going to end up alone. That's what we think. When a relationship ends, we think that it's end of the world at the beginning because we don't see the bigger picture. We don't see it as a lesson. We don't see it as a blessing. That means that another person will come. We need to work on it, but will come in our life and make our life better. We don't think about that in that moment because we are experiencing pain. We are experiencing change. We are facing unknown. But when you think more, largely, when you have a bigger vision, you understand that, okay, whatever didn't happen, it's for my own good. It's because it needed to not happen. You know what I mean? I'm trying to not give you just business examples, but also in your personal life. And the decisions is the same, whether it's your personal life or professional life. We think that if we make that decision, it will completely change our lives, and fear of unknown will hit, or fear of abandonment will hit, or fear of, success will hit. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. You starting a business, if it doesn't work, either you pivot or you go back to your 9 to 5. It's not like the end of the world that we think, oh my God, I can't go back to my 9 to 5 or my life will go, I don't know. You know what I mean? And even myself, I every time I need to make a bigger decision, I always think about, is it gonna, how much impact it will have on my life? If it's reversible, meaning, if it doesn't work out, I'll do this. Or if it doesn't work out, I'll do, other things. So I have multiple plans. I execute it more quickly because I'm like, this is reversible. But if it's a decision that it will be hard to reverse, or it's possibly impossible, close to impossible to reverse, of course I'm taking my time. Of course I'm considering my close and loved ones' opinions. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to make plan B, plan C, so it can build me a confidence and I can execute it more easily. Now, the decisions that are harder to make and you know for sure it will have an impact on your life, like moving to another country, being with that significant other that being with that significant other, going to the next step with your significant other. Like, those are the things that it's not like the next day, it can be like, oh, well, yeah, moving country, you can always come back the next day, but like, you've put so much effort to moving, and probably you don't even have a place to stay when you come back. It's harder to be like, oh yeah, I'll come back. You know what I mean? So you put a plan B or C. You're like, okay, in 3 months or 6 months, if it doesn't work out, I'll come back. It's just an example. But it's very important to have options, because when you feel like that's the only decision, one decision, and that's it, of course, it's hard to execute that decision because you feel like, oh my God, this is going to be the end of the world if it doesn't work out. But if you have multiple options, it's easier somehow to execute that decision and to do not seek the approval of others, because you're like, even if it doesn't work out, I have myself, I got myself, and I have other options as well. Again, I know that there are some decisions that unfortunately have no other options. It's either you do it or you don't, but I'm not talking about that because it's very rare, those cases. But if it's reversible, especially then, we don't need the approval of others. So I'm going to do a recap per usual. Step one, notice when you're seeking approval. Become conscious of those moments you hesitate, waiting for someone to validate you. Step two, ask yourself what you really want. The questions that I ask you, I'm going to still find it and ask you again. If no one needed to approve this, what would I do right now? Very, very important to ask yourself that question. Step three, do I need their approval or I'm giving away my power? Step four, act in alignment with your own values. Take a small action, even if it feels uncomfortable. Make that decision, even if it feels uncomfortable, or at least work on yourself so you can build confidence to actually make it happen. And step five, celebrate doing it your way, not someone else's. This is a recap, but to do a little recap again, recap of a recap. I'm not telling you to not care about what other people think of you, or do not care what other people are telling you, their opinions, their recommendations. Of course, if it's up close to you and they matter to you and you care about them and they care about you as well and love you as well, of course it's important to considerate their opinions, their recommendations, their opinions, their thoughts. But at the end of the day, you are the one who needs to make the decisions that deep down you know it's good for you. It's one thing when you want actually their opinion, their recommendation, their thoughts, and you ask them, hey, by the way, I need help on this. Can you tell me what's the right way to do things? And you consciously want to listen to them because they matter to you. That's one thing. But that's the other thing. When you just share your dreams and they're shutting it down because it's not their dreams, it's not their thoughts, it's not their life, that's another completely story. And again, it doesn't mean that they don't love you or care about you. It just means that for them, it's risky, it's not possible, it's not their dreams. So of course, they're going to tell you how they see life with their lenses. But it's up to you to respect their decision, but at the end of the day, make your own. Because so you don't have regrets later on. You're not going to be like, oh, I listened to that person, but I did it my way. Because it's very rare that we are be like, oh, I should have listened to that person and not make my own decisions. It's always about the opposite. Yes, of course, we can regret. We can be like, oh, I should have listened to that person and not to make those decisions. But the pain is much higher when you listen instead of doing what you truly wanted. So at the end of the day, just know that it's important to see their point of view, but it doesn't mean that you need to give up your power so you can make decisions based on their decisions, opinions, dream, thoughts. Anyway, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. If yes, please make sure to subscribe and like this video, and also ring the bell so you don't miss any Healthy Habits videos. We are having those once a week, so I hope to see you next week. Thank you guys again. Before I go, per usual, don't forget, don't give up for just one more day. Thank you guys again, and I will see you soon. Bye.